Welcome back to another episode of Spiritual Teachers Podcast. With me today is Kayumari Camacho, and this his name means the blue deer, the big brother, the messenger of God. Kayumari is a student of the spiritual path of ancient wisdom, and it's such an honor to have you on today, coming in from Mexico. So really special. Welcome on to the podcast.
Thank you, hermano. Gracias. Thank you.
Yes,
A pleasure and honor to be here today. I feel honored to be here and
absolutely.
really exciting to share. Basically, is the main idea of our ancestors, of our cultures here in Mexico.
Hmm.
They have this belief of it is the time of the voices that are having been shout, that
Hmm.
haven't been listening for a long time.
Hmm.
It is time for those voices to speak up louder and be in pride to be who they are, who we are, all of us as a humanity. You
Yeah.
know, need each other more than ever. So that's basically the message, right?
Yeah, the prophecy of the eagle and the condor too, right? It's connected
Yes,
where the north and the south are coming together, the ancient teachings are coming to the light. It's so important.
bonded, the one who bond together the eagle in the north and the condor in the south is the quetzal. Is
Yes.
this bird from the region of the Maya lands, from Mexico, from Guatemala, Honduras, from this area
Costa Rica too.
together. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah,
see,
Central
see, see.
America. It's such a beautiful bird. I have it as my wallpaper on my computer. For
Beautiful, beautiful.
it's my
It is
favorite. It's my
uh,
so beautiful.
in the Maya lands where I live now, today myself, it's been said that when the quetzal sings, chants again, humanity will wake up and will remember.
Mm.
So, and it is being heard, the singing of the Quetzal again. So it's kind of like the prophecy up there in the north with the white buffalo, the
Right.
white. So it's all bond, it's all connect.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I found a place when I lived in Costa Rica where they have where the Quetzals live, and I want to go visit and they take you on a tour to find them and take photos of them. They have really long, beautiful blue-green feathers, and they're just so amazing. I'm really excited to see one in real life at some point.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, so some of the topics we're going to cover today is the Wichol or the Wirarika people, which is who Kayumari has been studying for 18 years now, right?
Yes, 18 years now. I'm just making an statement, which is kind of what the abuelos, what the grandpas always remind us. It is really important to get back our identities, get back the essence of starting with our names.
Mm-hmm.
In this matter, the Wichol word was imposed by the Spaniards when they came.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have to call them to the tribe, to the Wiraricas.
Mm-hmm.
They called Wichol, which is a despective way.
Mm-hmm.
And for some of the tribe members, it's kind of like offensive to be
Mm-hmm.
called because they consider themselves Wirarica as singular and Wiraritaris as a plural,
Mm-hmm.
and they consider themselves men and women of knowledge and wisdom
Mm-hmm.
that love their hearts.
Mm-hmm.
So that's about that.
And
In this,
what does Wichol mean in Spanish?
it's kind of like the one who runs away, the
Oh,
one
okay.
who hides,
Uh-huh.
and 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 they don't run and they don't hide.
Hmm. Yeah.
Uh, they 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 come out to the light. They come out to the challenge all the time. So
Yeah.
they're not afraid. They're not afraid. So
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. So, the Wirarika people prefer to be called Wirarika, and in Mexico, some people know them as Huichol. I met a woman at my work the other day, and she's from Mexico. And I said, "Do you know about the Wirarika people?" And she said, "Who?" And I said, "The Wichol." And she said, "Oh, okay." So, it's interesting how, in the culture, it's almost like ingrained that this is okay, but for the people themselves, they prefer the the tribal name, obviously, right?
And that apply for many different examples. That kind
Mhm.
of like a procedure, like the way we call things,
Yeah,
it is because we are putting our energy, our words are powerful. We are creators. We
yeah,
create our reality with our words, with our thoughts.
yeah,
So for why it's important to call things the right way.
exactly.
Like
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So the other topics we're going to talk about is Kayumari's journey to finding these teachings, working with peyote and the hikuri, the with the Wirarika people, they call peyote hikuri, and working with this medicine. And we'll also talk about the jaguar and the jaguar energy and Kayumari's connection to the jaguar. So we have a really beautiful podcast for everyone today. So, Kayumari, would you be open to sharing your journey with the jaguar?
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of like the beginning and right now, so far, the present moment, right? Both moments, both situations are connect, are bound together.
Mm-hmm.
And I will start saying that I always knew since I was a little boy, I always knew like this path, this that I'm living now, it was real and it exists. I knew that because the teachings of my grandma always like without know her, without knowing what I know now, my grandma was giving to me these lessons, this way of perceive, of connecting with nature, being like barefoot, working with my hands on the ground, like breathing, like listening to the nature, to the animals, finding the right plants to make the right tea for different symptoms or situations. So, and she was raised Catholic, my grandma,
Mm-hmm.
and she has a strong belief in Catholicism. But I encourage myself that energy, that belief. I know that, but no in the sense of religion as most of the people understand.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, religion is more like nature, the connection we have with our own inner nature and with the nature that is all around us, and the bond that it creates with our heart, with our mind, with our
Mm-hmm.
emotions.
Yeah.
So saying that, I used to live in Baja California. I used to live in Los Cabos. I'm talking about when this journey began for me. I was going for a tough moment in my life. I was living a hard situation, a breakup. Was about to get married.
Mm-hmm.
One of my dogs got poisoned and got
Wow.
killed. I was kind of sad, and
Yeah.
I start going running up to the desert in the Baja. I like to go to those places when I'm alone, with
Mm-hmm.
nobody there. I just want
Mm-hmm.
to be being alone with my other two dogs.
Mm-hmm.
So one of these days, I'm running in the desert, and most of the times, uh, I encounter guardians, rattlesnake, the fox, the eagles. I never feel afraid of them. I always feel like connect. In a way, they always warn me like they're there, they're in peace. You come in peace, go for it.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome. So that's kind of the way I manage myself always.
Mm-hmm.
I always asking for permission to enter to a place, to visit a place.
Yeah.
And that day, there's an area coming down from the hill, coming back from the desert, where people, they find it easier and they go and they throw garbage there. They
Mm.
garbage, they throw
No,
leftovers.
no bueno, no bueno.
No, no. And all the time I try to pick up as much as I can and bring it to the right place too. to get rid of it. But one day I'm coming down, and I found this like Florida tiger facing down in the way up, running in the way up. I saw it, and it was kind of weird because I was totally looking the other side, and when I turned around, I just saw it, and it was face down. And in a way, I didn't put too much attention, and I keep going, I keep walking, I keep running. In the way down, my dogs always are, running in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
And in that moment, when we passed back in the same place, the dogs were behind me. And I turned around, and the dogs were sitting next to this little tiger, and
Mm-hmm.
the tiger stood and sitting with them. It was kind of like the tiger stood up right next to them.
Oh
And they
wow.
are like, no way.
Uh-huh.
Like, really? Okay, you're going home. And I grabbed him, took him home, showered him. And since that moment, it became my company,
Uh-huh.
my pian, without me knowing what is gonna represent today.
Yeah.
So I just grabbed him, and I took him home.
Uh-huh.
So when I did my first journey to the desert with the Wirarikas, when I got the invite to go and reproduce the holy pilgrimage that they take place every 2 years. They go to this place up north in Mexico, to the desert of Wirikuta in the north, in the state of San Luis Potosi in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
They reproduce this journey that starts hundreds, thousands. We don't really know how long ago the first pilgrimage started
Mm-hmm.
because it's looked in the records of time.
Mm-hmm.
They call these times the times of before.
Mm.
Why and understand if it's the times of before deluge of the times after, right?
Mm-hmm.
So each pilgrimage start in the west, where the ocean is, in Nayarit in Mexico, where the water, where the ocean is.
Mm-hmm.
They say that the first beings, the first guardians, emerge from this location in the east, and I mean in the west, in the water side,
Mm-hmm.
and it start taking place the holy pilgrimage through the country, through the mountains, through the places.
Mm-hmm.
The sun wasn't born yet in their story, in their tale. So every being, every guardian was following their hearts. They were following their heart. And when they feel the call, they stood there and they transformed into nature itself,
Mm.
rocks, rivers, mountains, animals. So, in order to honor this holy pilgrimage of their ancestors, they reproduce this pilgrimage until they reach the desert where the blue deer, which is the name that I received the first visit I went to the desert,
Mm-hmm.
decided to be the home of the blue deer, the messenger of God, the big brother, Tamatsika Kayumari.
Mm-hmm.
That was the place where the sun was born the first time for the Wirarika people.
Mm-hmm.
That was the place where all the spirits in the earth come out from the first place for the first time, and
Mm.
they view all around the planet.
Mm-hmm.
Is basically the heart chakra of the planet Earth, that location, that place. And interestingly, is located in the line that it crossed the Earth in the Tropic of Cancer. So, which is a vortex of high frequency, high energy.
Mm-hmm.
So, and saying that though is where the medicine, this peyote, this hickory,
Mm-hmm.
uh, grows.
Mm-hmm.
So, and there is different types of hickory, of peyote, different types of size and color.
Oh,
The
okay.
one, the one that it grows there is the one that is the blue one.
Oh,
The,
okay. I didn't know they came in blue.
that's why is called the blue deer because it has
Ah,
of the blue deer. There's
okay.
different types in the north, like Monterrey, Texas, New Mexico. There is different type, but
Mhm.
the spirit of the blue one, it was born there. Is there in that place.
Wow.
So he represents himself in the center of the so-called Ojo de Dios, the God's eye, the
Mhm.
figure with the four cardinal points and the center. So he represents the center. So when I went there the first time, after doing all the visit, all the pilgrimage, all the holy places that you have to go fasting, that you have to deliver your offerings, the candles, the fasting, the chanting, uh, you are presenting yourself in those places. Whatever you do as a healer man, as a medicine man, whatever instrument you bring over there, it gets blessed, it gets energized, it gets like empowered.
Mhm.
So everybody else in the group as a one solid family, walking and sharing and helping each other,
Mhm.
like we connecting the dots until you reach Wirikuta, the place where the blue deer delivered himself in the first time, in the first story,
Mm.
suffering because they were living times like today, modern times. No water, no food,
Mhm.
disease, disconnection. They were getting sick. They were getting killed, by the situation that they were living.
Mhm.
But the ancestors, as today, they had a dream. And in that dream, they called the four warriors, four men, four hunters, representing one element, each one of them: earth, wind, fire, and this and the like the water.
Mhm.
So they went in the pursuing of getting something to feed the community, to feed themselves. They were really accurate warriors. They went out with the arrows, with the bows, and they were looking for something. And out of the bushes, these big deer come out. They
Mm.
and they start the chasing of the deer, pursuing the deer, hunting the deer. But
Mhm.
the deer was too fast. The hunters got tired though, and they fall to sleep when they were so tired.
Mhm.
But miraculously, the deer wake them up the next morning to
Wow.
keep doing of the hunting.
Uh-huh.
So they keep going to pursue the deer until the deer, without them knowing, the deer was guiding them to this place in the middle of the desert of Wirikuta, where the deer jump, and they saw the deer where he jumped. So they went, they saw the deer, and the deer basically delivered himself. They throw the arrow, they hit the deer, they went to see, and when they get there, the deer was gone. But on the floor, on the ground, there was the arrow that they throw to the deer around the cactus of peyote, the cactus of hickory, making the form of a deer, the figure of a deer on the ground.
Wow.
So the sun was coming up from the east,
Mhm.
and the light of the sun was illuminating the ground, like marking the spot, like telling them, yes, this is the place.
Mhm.
So, in their belief, they thought that the figure of the deer made of this cactus has deer meat
Mhm.
and starving. So they say, we need to eat this because it has deer meat.
Mhm.
So they thought it, and when they tried the peyote, the thirsty, the hunger, the tiredness, everything was taken away.
Mhm.
They start experiencing happiness. They
Mhm.
start feeling good. They start feeling the light of the sun going through their cells, through their body. They start feeling with energy. So they cut the peyotes around, and they took him back to the community to tell the story to the community.
Mhm.
So when they went back, the ancestors, the elders, the abuelos, they already knew the story because they dreamed with it,
Mhm.
but they didn't want to tell them in the first time
Mhm.
because they're the ones who have to accomplish the dream, the story.
Yeah.
So they came back with the story and they shared the peyote. The people start reconnecting with their hearts, with themselves, start remembering their way to pray and to ask for the rain. So they make a ceremony with all the community. They pray, they share the peyote, and the rain came.
Wow.
The disease was taken away.
Mhm.
The to start coming out in the shamans, in the maracames.
Mhm.
So they start receiving the messages through dreams. So they start cleaning and cleansing with the eagle feathers to the people, to
Mhm.
healing the people, the community.
Mhm.
The rain came, they were able to plant the corn, the pumpkins, the beans. They able to feed their animals once again. They still able to plant the tobacco, the abuelo tobacco. So
Mhm.
they were able to connect all the women, all the necessary ingredients for them to survive, to live
Mhm.
in abundance and in balance and connection with the creator, you know.
Mhm.
So when I was there the first time myself, I have to present and introduce myself in front of the elders with all the bags, with all the instruments, with all the power in the altar,
Mhm.
in the ceremony that it takes place in the desert. So they give me the water that I previously collect in the pilgrimage, in the path, and that water was collect where the deer in the story stood to drink water.
Mm.
Shows the hunters that spot until today. Every time we go in the pilgrimage, we need to pass to that place and collect that water because that water is considered to be holy water,
Mhm.
the one that you're going to use for the stones in the Temascal. When you do the sweat lodge, you're
Mhm.
going to use that to bless people, to clean people. You're
Mhm.
going to use that water for give it to the earth where you're gonna plant your seeds. So
Yeah, because
every
at that point it's medicine. It's no longer water. It's become a medicine.
water is medicine.
Mhm.
So after I introduce myself with the water to the 5 cardinal points and the center, I drink the water. When I did that, everybody at the same time, they they said my name that I have now,
Mhm.
Kayumari. And I didn't understand what it means back then. And they say Kayumari is the blue deer of the desert of Wirikuta here, which is the messenger of God. Why? Because that's the name that the grandfather fire is giving it to you today.
Mhm.
Whatever you do as a healing person, you're gonna be known as this
Mhm.
because your parents, what name they give you, but the grandfather today is naming you this.
Mhm. That's
So
beautiful. That's beautiful. So, were you fasting? How many days do you do fasting?
to to reach the desert, you basically are fasting 5 days.
Okay.
5 days you're
No food,
fasting.
no water.
You only water. You can
Okay.
drink all water, water,
Mhm.
but no food though. You know,
Mhm. Mhm.
especially if you have like a commitment, especially if you have a hard work that you're taking, you're doing. So it is there, you know.
Yeah, like a
Uh,
deep prayer.
that's the when you earn.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah,
So
so just so that I understand and so the listeners understand there's 5 points, right? North, south, east, west. All those are very sacred points. And then there's one in the middle.
yes,
Uh and during the pilgrimage you go to one of those sites every 2 years or all of five?
every 2 years you go back to the desert. The following year you go south to the energy of the Mother Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Go back the next year to the desert. The next year you go to the water. The next year you go back to the desert. The next year you go up to the sun up
Okay.
north.
Mm-hmm.
Then the next year you go back to the desert, and then the 10 year you go back to the center.
Wow.
That is part of the initiation of any maracame, any shaman in the Wirarika culture.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta do the 5 universes
Mm-hmm.
without missing one visit, because if you miss one, you have to start all over again. It
Uh-huh.
doesn't the one that you did before. You
Mm-hmm.
have to do the 5 without missing.
Okay.
And last one, which is your graduation,
Mm-hmm.
is the grandfather fire. You get graduated by the abuelo fuego.
And
So
then the Abuelo Fuego gives you the initiation to pour Tamascal?
once you complete the 5 cardinal points, you have the permission of every element to interact with the energy of every element, because you've
Mm-hmm.
already been having time to experience every element.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of like all year you're gonna work with all the elements together, but especially you're gonna have a task to work with one element for 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
and then 2 more years, 2 more years, 2 more years until you reach the 10 year.
Mm-hmm.
So you get the stick of command, the grandpas, the elders.
Mm-hmm.
When you accomplish the 5 universes, they empower you. They give you the responsibility to have the stick of command.
Mm.
So, which I have previously, because I was given that from my grandma in a dream.
Oh
She
wow.
gave me the spot, the location where it was. So when I wake up, I found the stick of my grandma that nobody saw for many, many years.
Wow.
And I didn't sleep in that room for like 25 years until I came to visit, and it was my grandma's room.
Mm-hmm.
So when I get there, I have this dream where my grandma was giving me her stick.
Mm-hmm.
So that is for my grandma. But also, when I did the 5 visits, the 5 universes,
Mm-hmm.
I get the stick from the Wiraritaris. So
Beautiful.
sticks have history, and they're like you know this is
Oh.
my that's kind of like the sticks.
That's your grandma's?
That's my grandma's, and
Uh-huh.
this is the from the Wirarika that
Wow.
that when we go, we need to present those as the sticks of like command. They're
And they have a
special.
deer head on the top.
It looks like a deer head. Yeah, exactly. It looks like a deer, because he's our guide. He's our big brother. Is guiding.
Mm-hmm.
He's teaching us the path. He's teaching us the way.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a teaching from within. It's a teaching for the heart, and
Mm-hmm.
it's a teaching and a message from the dreams. So when you put it together, you can see that everything it makes sense and everything is connect.
Yeah.
So uh, when I received the name, the Abuelo Fuego has like guardians. Has Abuelo Fuego has messengers.
Mm-hmm.
Right? This last March that I went to the desert, even though my name, I already got my name
Mm-hmm.
for this new cycle of 2 years. I got the name of Ruruberi. Ruruberi is the Jaguar, is the
Ah.
of the grandfather fire. So what it means is, besides being now the messenger as the blue deer, as Kayumari,
Mm-hmm.
which is pretty much everything, because it is God, it is the messenger, and it can be anyone.
Mm-hmm.
This time Kayumari is the jaguar.
Mm-hmm.
So when you talk, when you share, it's not only you talking and sharing, it's the support and it's the energy of your ancestors and it's the energy of the grandfather fire with you,
Mm-hmm.
coming from the from your heart, coming from within you. So
Mm-hmm.
that way you serve to the purpose. You can share with the people, you can heal people, you can construct something positive, something good. You planting good seeds in
Yeah.
whatever you do, whatever you say, right?
Yeah. Like living in a good way.
Living in a good way,
Mm-hmm.
being honorable in a good way. That way you able to connect and help other people to feel that trust in themselves. That way they can come out of any type of situation they're going through, any kind of drama, any kind of hard time.
Mm-hmm.
So just to remind them that we are not alone, that we never been, that we never will. We
Mm-hmm.
got a whole support behind us from our ancestors, from our energies, and from the energy within our hearts.
Yeah.
So we gotta listen to our heart, and we're gonna get it straight to
Yeah.
walk the path.
So,
Mhm.
so just so that I understand, this cycle you've been doing many years of you finished your 10-year cycle, you received the stick of command, and now this last 2-year cycle is devoted to the energy of the Jaguar. Is that correct?
Right now, yes, for me, right
Uh-huh.
now, Father Fire calls me and says, you know what? For now, this next cycle of 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
you are my messenger.
Mm-hmm.
You got these duties, you got these responsibilities.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you, but you need to accomplish this, right? You need to keep on serving the community, keep on spreading the message, keep on of helping people to wake up, to connect, to rebirth, to feel better.
Mm-hmm.
So that is kind of like the new cycle for me.
And what is the Jaguar energy? What do the Wirarika people believe the Jaguar energy represents, and how do they
The,
work with it?
the Wirarika people believe about the energy of the Jaguar as the duality, the energy, the guardian that it keeps checking, guarding the day and the night.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like now you can tell about what is right, what is wrong in
Mm-hmm.
a level of consciousness. You can tell, you can see, you
Yeah.
know, just like the story of the Native Americans about the wolves. You decide which energy you feed. If you feed fear, envy, or if you fear love, compassion, it is in you. It is already in you as a conscious way of being.
Yeah, like
So
the story of the white wolf and the black wolf. Which one are you
yeah,
feeding every day? Mm-hmm.
exactly.
Yeah.
So the Jaguar also, now I live myself in Cancun. I live in the Riviera Maya. I live in the jungle.
Mm-hmm.
I have encountered a couple times with the Jaguar.
Oh
You know,
wow.
once I was like driving and it crossed the highway,
Mm-hmm.
and in another occasion we were in ceremony, and it was around
Oh
because
wow.
we were in the middle of the jungle in a ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
So uh, we know that it was there, but it was kind of like just watching, just like observing, right?
Mm-hmm.
He didn't do anything, but it was there. So
Mm-hmm.
we saw him, and in a way we talked to him like in a respect way.
Mm-hmm.
We are here. We're here not to destroy or bother or anything.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a brilliant energy, a brilliant animal. It's a natural hunter. Is I mean, it runs fast, it climbs, it swims, it's
Mm-hmm.
little. It's a tremendous animal.
Mm-hmm.
It's the king of the jungle here,
Mm-hmm.
and it has power in the jaw and the claws, and I mean, but it's humble too. It won't kill more of what he needs.
Yeah.
It
Mm-hmm.
keep the balance in nature as well.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a powerful warrior, and in the ancestral way, it was our jaguar warriors, our
Mm-hmm.
eagle warriors, They
Mhm.
were like the top of the lead about warriors because the ferocity, because the knowledge, because the wisdom.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the fire awake
Right.
is the
Like that
fire awake.
masculine energy activation, right?
Masculine energy activation, yeah,
Mhm.
in a conscious way, you know, like
Yeah.
you
Yeah, in
feel
a
it.
good way, in a embodied divine masculine versus machismo or anything like this.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
I'm really curious. So how did the story of so for those listeners that are listening, Kayumari has as a little the story he told about this little tiger that he found. It's a little toy, and it's wearing the beautiful Wirarika beadwork on its chest, and so how did this connect you with the Jaguar energy?
Well, since like I said to you, I was born and raised in Mexico City. I was
Hmm.
born and raised in Tacubaya.
Hmm.
For those that know what I'm talking about, Tacubaya has this reputation of being a tough ghetto, a
Uh-huh.
tough place to grow up. You know, like those places I don't know in New York or you know
Yeah.
different places everywhere. And back in the days, for the Aztecs, for the Mexicas, that was a that was a place of warriors. When I
Mm.
did my first ceremony in Los Cabos 18 years ago, I didn't know about anything, and I was in a top moment of my life, as I mentioned before. So I came to the ceremony kind of respectful in the way I was grabbing the peyote. I was just eating the
Oh.
peyote, and
Hmm.
I didn't know, you know. And a friend who invited me was there, and and I was just telling him, well, I don't feel anything. I don't feel, you know, like you know. I was kind of in the way like I want to get high. I want to, you know. I was with that mentality when I came the
Right.
first time.
Right.
So the they passed me a rattle. The shamans, the maracames, they passed me a rattle like full of beads. It was like a work of beads,
Hmm.
and when they give me the rattle. Uh, I shake the rattle and I heard a voice coming from above, like a female voice saying, "Hikuri, hikuri," like like what? So
Hmm.
and then I saw towards the maracames, the shamans, and this shadow passed behind them, like some person, some shadow
Wow.
passed behind. I stood up and I followed the shadow, right? And I was take to a place that they showed me in the morning. Like, do you know where you were last night? And I'm like, no, over there. And they pointed out. Basically, I came to the cliff of the mountain,
Whoa.
and right down there, it was like just the cliff. If I would have made one step forward, probably I was gonna be dead in that
Uh-huh.
moment, right? So, but I stood there and they were showing me in the sky where the constellations were, how they form,
Hmm.
and I keep listening the voice coming from above. And when I look up, I saw like the stars coming down like cups of snow, you know, like I couldn't reach to the stars with my hands.
Uh-huh.
And then I felt the hands of the shaman behind my shoulder tap me in my shoulder and says, "Hey, hermano, come back." So come back to the fire,
Uh-huh.
come back to the circle.
Yeah.
When when I turn around and look at him, I say, "We are too little, huh?" And he replies like, "Yes, we're too small.
Hmm.
Yes, but now we need to come back."
Yeah.
Say, okay. So I came back, and when I came back, I sit in my place. But when I sit in my place and I look at the fire, I saw this deer sitting on the fire.
Oh, wow.
Okay, and I was just like, there is a deer sitting on the fire.
Hmm.
Some people laugh, people that were in the ceremony, some laugh, some looking at me like weird, but the shamans looking at me in an interesting way. And I noticed.
Mm-hmm.
So I heard in my mind how the deer talked to me. And he says, "Do you know who you are?" And I was just like, "What?" And I reply, "Honestly, I don't."
Mm-hmm.
And he says, "Do you want to know?"
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Yes." So when I says yes, it's kind of like my vision, it was kind of like getting absorbed towards the fire.
Mm-hmm.
I'm there, sitting there still, but it's kind of like I aim, and my vision was pulling into the fire through the through the chest of the deer.
Mm-hmm.
So when I look into the fire, for me, it was like looking to a screen television.
Like another
So
dimension, maybe?
like another dimension with different windows, and in
Mm.
every window, different stories, probably past lives, probably other dimension, other version of myself. But the
Wow.
one that I remember clearly is the one of me fighting in Tlatelolco in Mexico City in the last battle that the Mexicas took against the Spaniards.
Wow.
So that's kind of like dress as a Jaguar warrior.
Oh,
So
wow.
in the Aztec city of Tlatelolco, which
Mm-hmm.
that's where the last battle of the Aztec took place back in the days.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I saw all the tattoos that I had in my body. I saw tattoos in my body.
Oh,
So,
wow.
and when I looked to the mirrors, to the little windows next to it, there was like other stories taking place.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same times, all those stories, all that energy, all that information was part of the fire
Mm-hmm.
as well. I understood why my grandma passed hours and hours in front of the fire. I saw my grandma. I saw her stick. I saw my parents. I saw my brothers. I saw my dog that he passed.
Mm-hmm.
I saw the face of my girl that I break up with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I understood what I was doing to myself, how I was treating myself in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
So because I was giving too much alcohol to my body, I
Yeah.
was giving, you know, I didn't take care of myself in that moment because the situation I was living in. And
Yeah.
the medicine, the deer as messenger, find a way to show me my situation, the
Mm-hmm.
origin of my situation, and it gives me perspective, it gives me insight. It took me to a level to comprehend, to understand the way I should treat myself is exactly the way I should treat the others, you
Mm-hmm.
know.
Mm-hmm.
So it gives me that lesson, and then it's kind of like I come out of the vision, and the shamans were staring at me, just looking at me, and they were just like moving the head, like, like in a way of affirmation, like affirming, like yes. And
You saw it. You saw what you came here to see.
exactly, and now when we are sitting in ceremony, it's really beautiful. It's interesting to see myself in other people.
Mm-hmm.
The way the people come to ceremony, the way they behave, the doubts they have, all of that is like I was there one time.
Yeah.
Uh, you gotta be, open and kind the way they were with you at the
Mm-hmm.
beginning. So, and
Yeah,
it's all
yeah, that's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. I'm really curious, were you able to ever access that TV screen again with the
oh,
feature later on?
absolutely. It's kind of like it is. I knew that since little because one of those stories with my grandma in the town. We were talking in the town. The family is there. We were talking, and my grandma looked down to the field where the corn was, and my grandma says, "Oh, there is a fire down there," and I saw it. Right? I said, "Oh yeah, right there," but nobody else were able to see it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a story when I was little.
Mm-hmm.
They were saying to my grandma, "You know what? there is a treasure for you there. You should go and dig.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I tell my grandma. My grandma never went and dig of anything.
Mm-hmm.
But today, I understand that it was true. What they were saying. There
Mm-hmm.
is a treasure there. It is a treasure, but no in the way people will believe as a treasure. It
Yeah,
is a
not
treasure
like a physical, not a physical gold and silver. It's
that
a spiritual
it is
treasure.
a treasure of knowledge, of wisdom, of
Yeah.
understanding, of healing, of energy. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and now I know that the treasure is real,
Mm-hmm.
right? So since that time, this hat that I have, right?
Mm-hmm.
It has like a little things hanging,
Yeah, like
like
beadwork hanging off the lip of the hat.
so. This one helps you in the process to break through the vision, your regular way to see things, because it's
Yeah, to
kind of like
break
you
through the veil.
Maya. It's kind of like you looking through the Maya, through the
Uh-huh.
net,
Yeah.
and your third eye gets activated.
Mm-hmm.
It's like your perception gets activated. And the
Yeah.
only thing you do is just gotta stare to the fire though.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody can do that without medicine. We are the medicine. You
Right.
can silence in front of the fire, talk to the fire.
Mm-hmm.
Fire will talk to you. The only requirement from the fire to teach us, to guide us, to help us is just to be there with a humble, honest heart.
Mm-hmm.
That's all the requirement. If
Mm-hmm.
you're able to put aside your worriness, your egos, your fears, your hurries and all that, your worries,
Mm-hmm.
and you just sit for a moment quietly in peace and with open heart, you might be surprised what you will get. You know,
Wow.
and in all these years, I always there is not a time. There is not a time that I remember, but every time the messenger delivers the message.
Mm-hmm.
It finds the ways, you know. It
Mm-hmm.
always does. Through a chanting, through a world, through silence, through nature, through the fire, through the rain, through the earth, through the wind,
Mm-hmm.
wherever it takes place, it will find a way to deliver the message for every single person.
Yeah.
Because every single person requests and quest, it
Mm-hmm.
will be it will be reply, it will be answer. So it's a
Yeah.
wide guide.
Yeah, I really like that. I really like that because there's so many ways that spirit can talk to us, that the greater higher self and the great spirit can talk to us, right? It can be through seeing animals, birds, it can be through numbers, it can be through the fire, it can be through the water, it can be through the wind, like you were saying. And it just takes that stillness, like you were saying, where you just have to still the mind, push the ego to the side, push the worries and the anxiety away, clear that, and then when you're just still, that's when you receive.
Yep. It's like just be honest with yourself, just whatever it is that you have done, whatever it is that you have say and do, recognize that,
Mhm.
recognize, accept whatever it is, and from that you will transform that. You will transform yourself. You will
Yeah,
rebirth in a better version, in a better way, that you
yeah,
feel. So, and that's how our ancestors. That's how the grandfather fire. That's how they want us. They want us abundant, healthy, happy. They
yeah.
want us strong in the mind, in the body, in the spirit. You
Hmm.
know, they want us to share, to help with that example. And I say to my friends, because here in this in Riviera Maya, there is many different medicines that they come to this area.
Hmm.
Uh, Ayahuasca, mushrooms, therapies, breath work, different. And as you say, there's different ways that the spirit finds the ways to speak and to share. And I always say, every process, every plan, every medicine has respect, has their own ways.
Hmm.
But at the end of the day, each one of those medicines, it is a tool, it is a helper.
Yeah.
But the one who decides how high, how deeper, how beautiful it can get is you.
Right.
It, I know people, and I say it in a good way, in a humble way, in a good way, that they've been going to ceremony for many, many, many years, but they still making the same mistakes. They still behaving the same way,
Yeah.
and they still complaining from the same issues,
Yeah.
and nothing has changed really.
Hmm.
And for the contrary, there is people that they haven't experienced once, and their life changed completely.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it's taking responsibility of our own actions, of our own decisions, facing any consequence that we have created, because we are the creators of our own story.
Hmm.
And when we open up that way, when we honestly accept and face our decisions, we get transformed
Yeah.
in a better version. Everything gets better in every way,
Yeah,
So
yeah, it's kind of across the board, it's like you have to go internal. You have to really look inside yourself to in order to change anything. You can't change other people. You can only sit next to them and share maybe what you've experienced, but doesn't mean they're going to take the advice or listen, right? So
that
it's better and more effective, I've found, to do it inside myself, and then my reality changes outside myself when I heal it inside.
automatically,
Yeah.
automatically. The grandpas, they have a saying that they say, like, en español, we say, el camino está para caminarse. The path is made to be walked.
Hmm.
Everybody is welcome.
Yeah.
So the path is there. So, but yeah, I mean, I really appreciate the way you're doing this too, because in a way, each one of us, all of us, we are the messenger.
Hmm.
We are that blue deer, you
Yeah.
know. We are the messenger. We are
Yeah.
the message. Right now, through you, the message is spread. The
Right.
message gets people. And if one person gets, something that it helps them, we
Then it
already
then
did,
it then that's great. Yeah.
we already did our part. If
Yeah.
more people get in tune, wow,
Even better.
beautiful.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
better, because that's the way it goes. That's the way it goes.
Yeah. Yeah.
The end, we'll find each other again in a different circumstances, but understanding something what we didn't understand in the first place.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so that's the
Yeah. It's
beauty of.
It's so
Mhm.
beautiful. It's so beautiful. I love it because it does I've found that it doesn't matter where you go in the world, the truth of this reality and the underlying teachings that are across the board everywhere in the world at the very core is the same. You can go to Siberia, you can go to Australia, you can go to Japan. The people that are really connected and the indigenous, the ones that have been walking the path, the lessons will be very similar.
Absolutely. I share with you one story quickly about one of my teachers, one of the shamans. They went to Egypt to do a ceremony in Egypt.
Hmm.
And the Cairo is basically right next to the pyramids now. It's
Right.
the temple pyramids is right there, right?
Yeah.
See, polluted is big.
Yeah.
So they were about to start the ceremony. They were facing towards the pyramids, and in a, like a kind of like a balcony, like
Hmm.
like a, in a house, in a patio of a house,
Hmm.
and these guardians from the pyramids like emerge towards the house,
Oh wow.
right? Like, and that story was told by my teacher, and the guardians start speaking a language that he didn't understand.
Mm-hmm.
But the deer came out to speak with them.
Mm.
So the deer knew the language.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like the deer talked to him. The deer talked to the shaman, what they were saying. The shaman talked to the deer. The deer passed the message.
The deer
And
was
they
a
were,
translator.
"Oh, okay, so we are here.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome."
Mm-hmm.
So asking permission to be there. When he asked permission, boom, they come out. Yes, we are here. We are the
Wow.
ones guarding this place, this energy, these secrets,
Yeah.
this knowledge. So you get access to it. Yes, you will, because you come in the good way,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So it's interesting because that's why it's Big Brother, because he knows the languages,
Yeah.
knows how to communicate,
That's
because
really powerful. That's really
it's
powerful.
in the form and in the center.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why. So it's beautiful. It's interesting, and there's obviously plenty of things, of stories, of ways. And each time that we gather, each time that we are together, the new lesson, the new class take place.
Mm-hmm.
And we, as an students, because we are students, you
Mm-hmm.
know. So there's masters, there's teachers. Yes, they are. I consider myself, yes, I graduate the basic
Mm-hmm.
in these 18 years,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm still like mesmerizing. I'm still like getting surprised of everything that the path has to share and to show and to share, and it is beautiful.
Yeah.
And I understand my duty, my responsibility, and that's exactly why I love to share. It's just like it doesn't make any sense if you know something and you don't share it, though.
Exactly.
Especially today's. Today
Exactly.
there's a lot of misinformation and
Yeah.
there's a lot of good information out there.
Mm-hmm.
So I always go for it. I'm not saying what I say is the truth. I'm saying this is something that it has helped me. This is something that it has made me understand things. And there it is for anybody who dare themselves to try,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, yeah, for sure. And so I have another question. So I received some beadwork. I don't know if it's from the Wirarika people. It might be from South America, but they have the white deer on the beadwork. Do you know if there's a story with the white deer?
Yeah, it is a story with the white deer, and I laugh because uh, Mary Rudick, when she sees this episode, she's gonna laugh probably too, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So, and I tell you this story quickly. I'm working in the Matrix. I'm working in a place here in Cancun, and this
Uh-huh.
girl shows up. But I dreamed with this girl years before.
Mm-hmm.
So when she walks into the hall where I'm working at, she's wearing a jaguar tooth as a necklace.
Right.
So, and I talk to her, and the first thing I tell her is, "Who gave you the jaguar tooth?"
Right.
And she's like, "How do you know it's a jaguar tooth?"
Uh-huh.
I said, "I already drink with you." And
Right.
and I was wearing like a white deer bracelet myself that
Uh-huh.
day.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "Well, I have a drink with a white deer."
Oh,
And I'm like,
wow.
"Wait." And she's like, "Yeah, actually, look." And she pull out the iPad, and she write down the dream
Mm-hmm.
that she had with the white deer.
Mm-hmm.
The place that she started describing in the dream that she had with the white dream, um, that place is the place where the fire was born.
Oh, wow.
And in the way to get to the place, you need to pass to this location where the white deer drink the water.
Okay.
Okay? And the white deer represents in the Wirarika culture also a messenger, a teacher,
Mm-hmm.
but it represents the energy of the frequency and vibration. It represents the energy of the instruments, like the
Ah,
violin, like
yeah.
like the guitar, like the rattle, like the drums,
Yeah.
like the flutes. So is the one who calibrates the frequency of the instruments. That way,
Mm,
when you present them there, they get like tuned. And when you have it in ceremonies or when you're doing a healing process,
hmm.
that frequency helps the person to heal. So
Yeah.
basically, the white deer is the messenger I would say of vibration and
Uh-huh.
frequency, you know. And I was interested because this girl had the dream without knowing,
Uh-huh.
and she in the tooth of the jaguar, and is describing the place where the fire was born, being the messenger of the fire, the jaguar. So
Mm.
it's kind of like everything was connect, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so cool. And you know what's really interesting is when I was young, when I was 10 years old, I moved to Michigan, which is a northern state in America by the Great Lakes. And I lived close to Detroit, which is they call it the Motor City, where they had Ford and a lot of the car companies, American car companies, were there. And there was the Detroit River running next to the city. And
Okay.
on the Detroit River, there was a small island, very small, maybe like 2 kilometers, maybe 4 kilometers across, and maybe 2 or 3 kilometers the other way. Not very big. And for some reason, on this small island, there was a pack of white deer that lived there. And
Wow.
and in the middle of the city, just like in the most unexpected place, but all the deer that were there were completely white. And it was so interesting because I wanted to go there a lot because I really connected with those white deer. And I was like, asking my parents all the time, can we go to the white deer? And so I've had that connection since I was young with the white deer. So that particular beadwork called me to it because it had two eagle heads facing different directions, which is the symbol of Russia. And then it had the white deer on it. And I was like, okay, that's the one.
Here we have the same eagle, the one that
Yeah.
you described. We call it Wirarika. We call it Wirarika,
Uh-huh.
and it's kind of like one head of the eagle is east, and one head of the eagle is west.
Yeah.
So basically, it's watching us all since the beginning of the day to the end of the day,
Uh-huh.
like the keeper from above is
Mm-hmm.
the guardian from above,
Mm-hmm.
and it's kind of like the animal, the guardian, that it flies nearest to the sun.
Right.
That's why the shamans use the eagle feathers
Mm-hmm.
for their team for their jobs,
Mm-hmm.
because it's the one feather that it has the most energy, the most powerful energy coming from the sun.
Yeah.
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 That's really powerful. Yeah, it's interesting, the different cultures, different sides of the planet, but similar symbology, similar meanings, it's really interesting to me, for sure.
Absolutely. Totems. When we've been participating in gatherings with other elders, with other tribes from all over, like the world.
Yeah.
Recently in Tulum, in the south, in Tulum, there
Hmm.
was like a gathering uh, to share with the people, with the community. It was kind of like a festival, and in the festival, the elders were talking, and like what you're saying is totally accurate. It's like the same thought of the Brazilian Amazon tribes. It was the same thought of the Mongolian girl that was there, and
Hmm.
then the Russia girl, also, and,
Hmm.
and the Polish and the American, and the Wirarika from here.
Hmm.
And we all, in a way, we all connect, in a deeper way, in a higher
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I went to an event like this summer where there was 40 elders from everywhere around the world. and it was a gathering in Northern California called Aniwa, and it was the same. It was all over. There was Hawaiian elders, Native American, Peruvian, Colombian, Mexican. They had a Mongolian elder, just a very big like variety of all different types of elders, and it was beautiful to see them all meeting each other in one place, and their teachings were really profound and also very similar, like we were talking about. Yeah,
Yeah, I think that it's very necessary that the people gather and share. You
yeah,
know, like sharing,
hmm,
uh, like we were talking right now. So it's the way to create these bonds that make us stronger, closer to each other. Especially with everywhere around, it's kind of like make in purpose to divide us,
for
to
sure.
make against each other.
Yeah,
It's kind of like planting those seeds of discord, like. But also, in the other hand, in the other side, we are here to balance the equation, right?
yeah,
I spoke with my teacher and I say it's kind of like we are the Jedi's, huh? He just laughed when I explained what a Jedi means. And he's like, oh, okay, a Jedi, like Star Wars, right?
yeah, yeah.
So it's kind of like that, though.
Yeah, that's what it feels like sometimes. It feels like we're doing, uh, you know, Jedi practices, Jedi, mind control, learning these things that you can't learn. You have to look at it from another perspective, right?
Yep,
Like the hikiri, the peyote. It gives a very different perspective, right? It gives us a higher perspective of what's happening, and it's different. It sounds like it's different experiences for different people, just like any medicine, right? Any psychedelic medicine, but it also gives us a new perspective. So, like Einstein would say, right? He would say, you have to change your perspective, otherwise, it becomes like a psychosis, right? Where you're repeating the same thing over and over again, trying to get a new result, but until you can see from a different perspective, then nothing's going to change.
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, all these years that I've been like working with the medicine of the peyote, of the hikuri,
Hmm.
um, I always noticed since day one, like the essence of the teaching of the medicine is literally the teaching of your grandpa to the grandson to the granddaughter. It wants like Jedabins, warriors, smart men. So with the girls, it wants strong woman, smart woman,
Hmm.
feminine, connecting each other with their essence, with their energies, to to be able to be the ones carrying the message, the word. And the message comes from the lesson that is coming from within, from the heart.
Yeah.
So my oldest brother is a scientist. He does like researching for the brain. He's a like a scientist for neuroscience.
Yeah.
Neuroscience.
Hmm.
So he was kind of skeptical for many years about the ceremony process,
Hmm.
and he was in a very hard moment also in his life. Experience a divorce, experience different situations, and he asked me to invite him. It was going to be my birthday, and I'm always celebrate with a ceremony my birthday. So he came down to Cancun. He did the ceremony for the first time alone because he experienced it twice before, but he was with the wife.
Hmm.
But he was more worried about the wife
Yeah,
than
for sure.
connect himself. So he didn't really get deep within himself. In
Yeah.
this time, he did it the third time. He totally connect. And in the morning, when we do the integration, when we all talking and sharing,
Mhm.
Uh, he was talking to my teacher, to the Marakame, and it was really interesting because in one hand you have a man of science, of data, of
Yeah.
proof,
Logic.
of life, and in the other hand you have another science, but with a different procedure to get pretty much to the same result.
Yeah.
See, and they were talking about different things. It seems that they were talking about different things, but at the end of the day, my brother was saying like, you know what? It's kind of like it's allowing yourself to feel.
Yeah.
It's just as simple as that.
Yeah.
Allow yourself to feel, and you'll be carry on. You will be taken care of. Just allow yourself to feel.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the heart has memory. The heart has knowledge, wisdom. It has
Yeah.
their own way to think and connect. It's the first organ that is formed in the human body. It's the one that is, pumping oxygen, blood to all the body, all the system.
Hmm.
It's the machine. Is the one that it creates this beat, that it produces this vibration, this frequency,
Hmm.
that is the frequency in the whole universe.
Hmm.
It's this beat that it connects all the things.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
that's basically what the two scientists discover and share in common. We are but one heart,
Hmm.
you know, uh,
Yeah.
are one. And it's literally, it is true, like in every sense. Examine everybody in the DNA, in their blood, and we are made exactly the same. We contain the same elements, the same thing.
Yeah.
So we have a heart, we have a brain, but that is the part where it gets disconnect.
Right.
When we like, feeding our ideas, our brains with these ideas of division, of possession, of being better, of being this and that,
Yeah.
rather than allow ourselves to feel and really connect with people without judgment,
Right.
you know, just like being open, because every situation, every person in our lives is a great teacher, you
Absolutely.
know, a great mentor. And
Absolutely.
if we have the eyes to see it, we learn. If
Yeah.
not, we get the same shitty result. Sorry, the same result
Yeah.
of like Einstein
Yeah.
said.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's so true. It's very, very true, and it's also important to have reverence and respect for the medicine, especially something like the peyote because it's endangered and it should be handled in a very, very respectful way. And the 60s, 70s, they almost wiped it out. It was growing everywhere in the southern states of America, but then you can barely find it. I've never seen it in the wild in America. It's like extremely rare here.
now that you mentioned that, one of the most important things that as a students, as in a way also as teachers, we are all of us, but particularly what Wirikuta, what the Wirarika people is facing today, you just nail the main issue. Due to the devastation, due to the appropriation, due to the ignorance of many of us, the place is in danger. The place where the peyote grows is in danger.
Hmm.
One, because the government in Mexico is giving permission to the people who grows tomatoes and vegetables to grow those in that land, and they just
Mm.
take away everything, like devastating, just to have the land to plant peyote.
For
Another
agriculture
battle,
is taking over,
ano-
right?
yeah, another battle that is still there, that we have won, but not completely, because they still like keep pushing and pushing, is the mining.
Mm.
The companies in Mexico that wants to extract the gold and the minerals,
Yeah.
because that's one of the reasons why Wirikuta, the place, is so rich in diversity, in plants, in animals, including the peyote, because all the minerals that are inside down there in Mother Earth. So if they extract like they had in the past, they just pollute and contaminate the rivers, the water around Wirikuta and the manantiales,
Yeah.
you know, the clean water. So that is another. And the other one, uh, Wirikuta belongs to the ejido, to the community. And even it belongs to the community, and the community work together majorly with the Wirraritari. The community share the same idea of the Wirrarikas to persevere and take care of Wirikuta. They're people buying private properties, pulling the wires, and cutting the path where we used to pass by. You know, now
During
we
for the
cannot.
pilgrimage, right?
Yes, and the other one is this like mestizo, like people that they just go for the fun of it. Weekend they
Yeah.
camp and they take a lot of peyote and they steal the peyote though. You
Yeah.
know, it's in the wild, so it's kind of hard to have a checkpoint or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
So it is like a waking call. They're moving, they're having assemblies, they're having gatherings, they were exposing. One of the good news is recently, like 3 4 months ago, the holy pilgrimage of the Wirarika people was accepted in this gathering in France as a heritage and as a universal heritage of the elder people. Like it has a recognition
Oh,
from
beautiful.
which is important.
Mhm.
But now we need more than that, you know,
Yeah.
because what you're saying, without peyote, there is no Wirarika tribe. That's the bottom line of the story, right? And
Right.
what we know as an students, they giving us the stick of command. They giving us they sharing with us this knowledge, this wisdom, because now they need our help. They're the ones taking care of us for many hundreds of years
Yeah.
without us even knowing that we have people praying for us, helping us. But
Yeah.
this time the balance is unbalanced.
Hmm.
They need to balance the equation. They
Yeah.
need us. They need open open hearts, people that waking up and understand the importance of persevere a culture, an ancient culture, an ancient knowledge, you
Preserving
know,
it. Yeah.
serving it. So especially in modern days, as the way the world behaves and as the way we behave in this world, and sometimes we don't really behave as humans, though, you know,
Right.
and that's exactly why we need to keep on pushing in from our own personal ways to share the message and make sure that the people hear it and understand the value of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Absolutely.
See,
Well, Kayumari, thank you so much for coming on. This was such a beautiful episode. I learned so much, and this has been such a pleasure, man. So you're always welcome back on the podcast whenever you want. And until next time, man. Thank you so much.
gracias, hermano. Thank you. Pampa
Okay.
Rios. We say Pampa Rios.
Papa
Gracias.
Dios.
Pampa Rios.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, brother.